thanks very much for joining me today.
It was a pleasure. Nice to be with you.
Excellent. Craig, you've been in this role for some time now. What can you tell us sort of about your assessment of the channel since you've joined IBM in South Africa?
Yeah, okay. So I think I'm in my 6th month in the role. After 20 years of working in the sort of IBM direct business, doing business strategy and leading our industry solutions portfolio for Middle East and Africa, when I was asked to consider the role, initially I thought channel. I've never worked in the channel before. Then I remembered when I grew up in South Africa and qualified here, we've always had a lot of skill, a lot of very, very good technical and business skill in South Africa, lots of entrepreneurs, etc. So, when I considered the role, I thought the channel actually gives me an opportunity to take 20 years of expertise inside of IBM and bring that to, a new set of my clients, partners. So for me, I was very, very excited. I think the channel has a lot of expertise, and it's and I think IBM's got some pretty cool stuff at the moment. So just merging those two together and trying to grow a business that we haven't had a big focus on in the last couple of years, I think is a challenge. But so far so good. We're growing. We've had some great events. IBM Think we had 1,600 attendees, but for me 400 partners, 17 stands, and we achieved an overall NPS of 83. So some very good initial feedback from the partners.
Craig, we've seen a change in the market in the way technology is being consumed by customers. A question around the distribution model. How do you see the distribution model playing out in the future?
Yeah. So look, as IBM, like many companies, we go to market via a two-tier distribution model. And I think for me, distribution is extremely important. I've recently brought on somebody very senior to run distribution. He started a week ago. But I see distribution important in a number of areas. Obviously, after partners register on Partner World, part of that sign-up process is to engage with one of our 2 distributors. So many times it's the distribution or the distributor who is our first contact, as it were. I'm relying on the distributors to make sure that they do the enablement, that they guide the partners in a particular direction. And so we've done a lot of work with the distributors, making sure that they can articulate the IBM story, but at the same time, they're able to make sure that the partner's going to be successful. So that's in terms of reach into the market, making sure that we're recruiting partners in areas where we have gaps. And then just making sure that the partners are aware of all the different channel programs, the incentive programs, the competitive takeouts that we regularly run, and guiding them through that process. And then obviously ongoing education. I think our portfolio has matured and is much more consistent than what it was. And in the past, I think maybe especially our software portfolio, we've done a lot of aggregation, we've made lots of acquisitions, we made some divestitures. So making sure that the distributor can articulate, the product roadmaps and stuff like that, such that the partners are, aligned to IBM and are with us for a long time, which is what we want.
Excellent. You speak about product adoption. I can't help but bring up the recent acquisition, $34 billion Red Hat, a massive acquisition.
Yeah.
What does this mean for sort of the partners from where do you see gaps, where do you see opportunities for partners, and clients as well?
Yeah. So yeah, obviously we're extremely excited, and we've been engaging locally with Dion and Brendan and the rest of the Red Hat team. I think, as you said, IBM's Chapter 2 is all about hybrid cloud. We honestly believe that no client of ours is going to have a single cloud strategy. And what Openshift gives us is probably the world's leading, open source multi-cloud platform. And then what's very exciting for me is our recent announcement, where what we've done as IBM is we've effectively aggregated all of our software products into these Cloud Paks, which operate and integrate seamlessly into Openshift. So, we're taking a very, very strong open source cloud platform. We're putting, industrial strength software that runs seamlessly on that. And I think we're probably the only cloud provider who can say that we're truly multi-cloud. You know, one of the packs is multi-cloud manager, and you know, we are able to help clients literally move workload onto AWS or Microsoft or any other public cloud for that matter, and be able to manage that through a single, you know, platform, which to us is very, very exciting. And I think it's, you know, it's key. It's what the future is all about. You know, from a channel perspective, obviously we're working with some of the larger systems integrators so that we can enable them, so they can take that to their managed service clients. And then I think the cloud packs, you know, there's one for sort of data and AI. So now you've got all of the strength of the IBM data platforms with all of our AI platforms. That's all able to be consumed within a single pack. We have flex points within the pack, so you can substitute the different products, you know, up into the value of the pack. And so I think this will help us also push our data and AI play, which is obviously very, very important for IBM.
Perfect, good. Thank you.